Good Tuesday morning. Hope everyone had a fantastic start to the work week. Today is another first alert weather day, so we'll have the potential for lightning fires in the Cascades and the Blues. And of course, we'll have the potential for lightning over critically to significantly dry vegetation. For tomorrow, the potential for lightning fires in the Cascades and in lower elevations. And then for Thursday, it's just going to be confined to the Cascades. So a very active week ahead of us. Already for this morning, seeing some very light showers on the map, also impacting the Tri-Cities. We'll continue to track this throughout the rest of this morning, but most of us should end up staying dry for not only the morning, but also throughout the course of the day. Right now, temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Look at this, 80 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning in Walla Walla. So very toasty stuff there. Your day planner forecast for today. For lower elevations, our best chances of rainfall are going to be this morning. After that, should be a dry day and a partly to mostly cloudy day, even though we could see some sunshine breaking through for the hottest part of the day. And for the hottest part of the day, we're going to be around 100, at least in the Tri-Cities. A little bit cooler, but not cool for Wednesday and beyond. And of course, we touched on that potential for lightning fires. Maybe another round of showers and thunderstorms as we head into this weekend. Lots to talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a terrifying incident in Kittitas County as deputies say a man sprayed lighter fluid at a detective trying to set him on fire. With this shocking video coming up. And troopers call it the deadliest intersection on Highway 395 as another life is lost. We have what's being done to make things safer. Our Dan Hansen with that answer. Also ahead, a special delivery for Kennewick firefighters, one call turning into a life-changing moment for a local family. With the heartfelt story, all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Tuesday, August 26th. Jade Elliott has the day off. Now, we do want to get into your top stories, and we start with a crime alert out of Kittitas County. Deputies say a man sprayed lighter fluid on a detective and tried to set him on fire. So take a look at your screen. Authorities say the detective was on a routine patrol Sunday night around 10 o'clock when he confronted a wanted man on State Route 821. The detective says he was trying to talk the man out of his vehicle when the suspect sprayed lighter fluid in his face and threw a burning object at him. The man took off, leading deputies on a chase that ended just south of Ellensburg after troopers deployed a spike strip, that is. The suspect was arrested and booked and is now facing charges of attempted murder and also running from police. Now to Fire Watch this morning, new details are emerging as authorities have determined the cause of last month's devastating fire in Boardman that destroyed several buildings. Investigators say the blaze started when a lawnmower ran over dry grass, quickly spreading to multiple homes and also a church that also housed the Boardman food pantry. Since the fire, the area has remained stable with cleanup efforts continuing, mostly led by property owners themselves.
Property owners that have property that haven't been maintained need to make sure that they're taking care of their properties so that we don't have increased fire risk.
The Boardman Food Pantry is holding a fundraiser on September 4th, and this is to help rebuild its facility. Following up on a story that we first brought to you yesterday morning, troopers say 76-year-old Mark Wallum of Vancouver, Washington, was killed Sunday when the car he was riding in pulled into the path of oncoming traffic. It's a familiar and tragic scene at the intersection of US 395 and Crestlock Road. It's the third deadly crash at that intersection in less than 2 years, 5 lives lost there in that time. And now investigators and transportation officials say changes may finally be on the horizon. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen explains why this area has been a concern for years and also what can be done to increase safety and decrease tragedy.
It's a familiar and tragic scene at the intersection of US 395 and Crestlock Road. Troopers say 76-year-old Mark Wallum of Vancouver was killed Sunday when the car he was riding in pulled into the path of northbound traffic.
In the last 5 years, we've had 5 fatality collisions at that intersection.
Sunday's crash is the third fatal crash at Crestlock Road in less than 2 years. In those 3 crashes alone, 5 people have died. Washington State Patrol Trooper Daniel Mosqueda says that intersection is the deadliest on that stretch of highway. Investigators say everyone was buckled up and drugs or alcohol were not involved. The Washington State Department of Transportation says it is aware of the intersection and has been for a while.
We're considering a number of options. The flashing beacons would be a possibility. The benefit of the flashing beacons is for travelers on the main line on the highway to alert travelers on the side street.
WashDOT previously added acceleration lanes along the stretch of 395, but with high speeds and heavy traffic near the Country Mercantile, officials say more may be needed. WashDOT is currently reviewing what can be done.
Roundabout certainly would be a good option at this intersection. However, it's not in the books, it's not funded. That would be up for the legislator to decide if they think that that would be a good alternative for that intersection and supply the funding.
For now, troopers are reminding drivers to slow down and take extra caution at Crestlock Road until longer-term fixes are made. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. Now, WashDOT says there's no timeline yet for potential changes at the Crestlock intersection, but engineers will continue to study what can be done to reduce deadly crashes along that stretch of highway. Now it is back to school season, and safety is a top priority for not just parents, but for local law enforcement as well. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us what one police department wants drivers to know as the school year starts.
It's back to school week for many districts in our region, and police departments all over the area are preparing for the new school year. For the Kennewick Police Department, back to school planning is a yearly task, and this year it's all about presence.
We get out there in all of our school zones, as many officers as possible that patrol, detectives, all of our specialties, just for presence and to make sure to remind everybody to slow down, that school is now back in session.
KPD says drivers are required to slow down to 20 miles per hour when school zone signs are blinking, or when there are signs that say children are present. Roseanne also recommends drivers to take into account the busy times of the school day.
If you need to, remember school zones are going to slow you down a little bit, depending on the time of day. Around high schools, you get a lot of kids crossing the street at the same time can delay you. So take that into account. Leave a few minutes early if you need to, or plan another route.
Roseanne says while KPD plans to monitor all school zones, it will pay special attention to schools on busier streets. KPD will decrease its presence once drivers are back in the swing of school season. From Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Caleb. Now, Kennewick School District is welcoming students back this Wednesday and Thursday. 507 making a difference now in a big way. Kennewick firefighters from Station 2 helped welcome a new life into the world. Yesterday, crews were called to help a mother in labor, but there wasn't enough time to make it to the hospital. Instead, her baby was born in the back of their ambulance, and firefighters say it's a scenario they train for, but it doesn't happen very often. Mom and baby are both doing well, and the crew says it's a delivery that they'll never forget. Now looking at some community events, this week, Walla Walla is celebrating the region's heritage with one of its biggest events of the year. It's the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, and it begins tomorrow and runs through the 31st. So the festivities kick off at 7 p.m. with the performance by Foreigner, joined by the Wahai Chamber Singers for the classic ballad, I Want to Know What Love Is. And each night of the fair will highlight a different theme, including Rodeo Legends Night on Saturday and Patriots Night on Sunday. Attendees can also enjoy a demolition derby, a PRCA rodeo, and the annual parade. Tickets are available online, by phone, or also at the fairgrounds. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, for the first time in history, a U.S. president is trying to remove a Federal Reserve governor. We have why experts say the move could shake confidence in the economy. It's all coming up in your national headlines, but first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222. Oh no, I did it again on my mind. We cloud and tell my friends and I'm lonely. Sitting and sinking low.
The $7,500 federal tax credit for eligible electric vehicles is ending. Must take delivery by September 30th, 2025. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
For the first time ever, Pasco RV and Boat Super Save is coming to the Eppo Center. Make the most of what's left of camping and boating season. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, parts, accessories, and more. Every category, every price point, all on sale. Zero down and no payments for 90 days. On approved credit, one location. Massive savings at the Eppo Center in Pasco. Learn more at BrettsRV.com.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
The Labor Day sale is on now at More Furniture. Join us this weekend where you'll find every bedroom, living room, and dining room is in stock, on sale, and ready for immediate free white glove delivery to your home. Plus, we'll remove your gently used pieces and donate them locally. You've worked hard all year long. It's your turn to relax in style and comfort. Labor Day savings like never before. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Bruce Willis. That smile, that laugh. But now, gripped by a heartbreaking disease. Emma and Bruce Willis, The Unexpected Journey.
Were there days that it would be Bruce again?
The loving and powerful event special. Tonight on ABC.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, it is first alert weather day for the potential of lightning fires, but also it's going to be a little hot out there as we do have an excessive heat warning and a heat advisory that runs until 9 p.m. this evening. We'll talk more about the heat in just a second. But first, for today, it's going to be a partly to mostly cloudy day, and we'll have high temperatures. Like I said, it's going to be toasty out there. So around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities, 70s and 80s in the mountains. Wind gusts not going to be that big of a factor for today. And we will have some chances for thunderstorms, 10 to 30% chances in the Blues, about 10 to 20% chances in the Cascades, and little chances of showers for points in between, but those thunderstorm chances going to be on the lower end of the spectrum. Then for tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and overnight lows is going to be down into the 60s and 70s for lower elevations, 50s and 60s in the mountains, And then in terms of the wind gusts for tonight, it's still looking pretty light out there. About 20 to 30% chances of thunderstorms still in the Blues, 10 to 20% in the Cascades. Perhaps some thunderstorms making it down into the Yakima Valley as well. Then for tomorrow, much more widespread chances of both showers and thunderstorms. That's going to continue as we head into Wednesday night. And then for Thursday, looks like most of that's more so going to be confined up into the Cascades. But I'll time all this out with Futurecast. And again, I'll show you some of the metrics behind the fire potential for today, including vegetation dryness. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at your national headlines this morning, in a social media post, President Trump announced he's removing Federal Reserve Board Governor Lisa Cook from her position. Trump has made clear he wants the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates, and this is the first time in the agency's 112-year history that a president has tried to remove a Fed governor, something that can only be done for cause. This morning, ABC's Christiane Cordero is explaining what this could mean for Americans going forward.
Today, for the first time in the Federal Reserve's 112-year history, a president is trying to remove one of its 7 governors. In a letter posted on social media overnight, President Trump announced he's removing Lisa Cook from her position. Cook is the first black woman in history to serve on the Fed's Board of Governors and has held her position for 3 years. She's pushing back on the president's decision, writing, quote, President Trump purported to fire me for cause when no cause exists under law, and he has no authority to do so. I will not resign. For over a week, the Trump administration has accused her of mortgage fraud, claiming she made false statements on previous mortgage agreements.
What she did was bad, so I'll fire her if she doesn't resign.
The move comes during Trump's months-long pressure campaign on the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. While appointed by presidents, the Fed's governors are largely seen as independent economists.
This is an attempt to turn these financial watchdogs, who are supposed to be independent, right into obedient lapdogs who will really do as they are told. This could have an impact on how the world perceives the dollar, our ability to borrow, and so much more.
Experts warn that any uncertainty over the independence of the Federal Reserve could lead to less investment in the U.S., which could push up borrowing costs for consumers on mortgages, car loans, and other forms of credit. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's a ranking member of the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, is calling on the courts to intervene, blasting Trump's move as illegal and adding it is, quote, the latest example of a desperate president searching for a scapegoat to cover for his own failure to lower costs for Americans. It's an authoritarian power grab that blatantly violates the Federal Reserve Act.
Now, the president's attempt to fire Cook will likely end up at the Supreme Court, and the court will then decide whether Cook gets to keep her job as the litigation moves forward. And we'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking today and for the rest of the week. It's all coming up in his first alert weather forecast, which is right after the break.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
Oh, just stress sweated through my third set of scrubs. Totally normal. It's very healthy. I'm sure it's not a sign of emotional unraveling.
Not at all. It is a sign you need new Secret Clinical Antiperspirant with 3 times sweat protection.
But what if I have sensitive skin?
Secret is made with luxury skincare ingredients, like a unique hyaluronic acid complex, and actively strengthens your skin barrier with every use. For antiperspirant that's also anti-irritation.
Thanks. Got a bunch. You must sweat a lot.
But you never know. Secret, stay fresher under pressure.
If you've never been to the Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival, this is your year. You're invited to the 24th Annual Quilt Festival. This year, the theme is improv. There will be 2 big days, September 12th and 13th, starting at 10 a.m. at the fairgrounds. Check out amazing quilts, hourly demos, a variety of vendors, and a whole lot more. Enjoy both big days for just $10. Come meet nationally featured quilter and pattern designer Jenny Jo Lamb and Alexandra Imrie, both from Lamb Farm Designs. So mark those calendars for this year's Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival.
Before our service would be in and out, we wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
An old ranch, a trail, and a waterfall. Apple Valley News Now, tonight at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is, again, a first alert weather day, as we'll have the potential for lightning fires, and we'll have the same potential into the next few days. But first, let's start by talking about the heat again. Yeah, it's going to be pretty toasty out there, around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities. Vegetation dryness for today, still significantly dry in the Cascades, specifically in the upper Yakima Basin, and that spells trouble because of some of the lightning we'll have in the forecast. We'll time all this out with Futurecast. See by lunchtime, just a few light showers still on the map, and then for the hottest part of the day, this is likely when we'll see more thunderstorms up in the Cascades. Could have some thunderstorms in the Blues as well, although this iteration of Futurecast is not too keen on that idea, and more showers just kind of continue to will continue to swirl around the area as we head into the overnight hours. So because of that combination of lightning over critically to significantly dry vegetation, that's why we're going with the first alert weather day for today. Now let's move on to tomorrow, Wednesday. Going to be cooler at this point, 80s and 90s for lower elevations, 70s up in the mountains, but vegetation dryness, take a look at it. It is still significantly dry in the Cascades, critically dry for lower elevations, and we'll have much better chances, much more widespread chances of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. So as we put this into motion with Futurecast, you can see kind of the same thing, just more swirling around. There's a low pressure that's off the screen, but all this just continues to kind of swirl around. So with that combination of lightning chances over that critically to significantly dry vegetation, that's why we're going with another first alert weather day on Wednesday. And then as we head into Thursday, still a little bit cooler, 80s and 90s for lower elevations, but vegetation dryness, critically dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. You factor in some of the thunderstorm chances we'll have up that way. Once again, another first alert weather day for the potential of lightning fires in the Cascades. Now it looks like we'll trend a little bit drier into Friday. Another round of showers and thunderstorms possible into Saturday and Sunday. And high temperatures will kind of ebb and flow, but mostly staying above average for the next 7 days. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A little shower chance today, another one possible on Saturday. Then in Yakima, thunderstorms possible both Wednesday and Thursday, but the best chances for lightning fires are going to be on Wednesday. In Ellensburg, kind of the same thing, and then that next round of showers and thunderstorms possible in Saturday and Sunday. In Hermiston, around 100 for today, definitely cooler after that. Little chances for rainfall today, tomorrow. Add Saturday into the mix as well. And then for Walla Walla, chances for thunderstorms both Wednesday and Thursday, but only the first alert weather day for Wednesday, as once again, that's going to be our best opportunity to see lightning fires.
And it sounds like we're in for some tricky weather this week, and we aren't the only ones. So check this out. This massive dust storm swept through parts of Arizona just yesterday.
That's right. The giant wall of dust, also known as a haboob, is visible in the distance and quickly engulfs the neighborhood just as rain begins to fall, blocking out the sun with dust.
Imagine just like walking outside and seeing that. I would just walk back in and call it, you know, a day in bed.
Yeah, that's big Dust Bowl 1945
crazy
vibes.
Looking. Oh, insane. It'd be cool to see though in person, a little bit, a little tiny bit. It's scary, but cool.
I think I'm okay just seeing it through the screen. I don't want to be there in person.
I think I am too. Yeah. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, American Idol is back and better than ever with 3 familiar faces returning for its 9th season. Plus 2 Hollywood icons are celebrating their birthdays today, and we have who it is all coming up in your entertainment news.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
I'm Debbie Robertson. The end of summer sales event is going on now at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan. J.D. Power just ranked Nissan number 2 in initial quality in 2025, right behind Lexus. That's huge. Summer's almost over, and so are these savings, so hurry in while they last. Drive home a new 2025 Rogue, Murano, or Pathfinder with 0% financing for 60 months. Get a 2025 Nissan Versa S for just $18,999. Come see us today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
What makes NIU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukebox is jumping and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Taking a look at the latest in showbiz, American Idol is coming back for its 9th season, and its judges are here to stay.
Plus, not 1, but 2 star-studded birthdays with the latest in Hollywood. Here's Melissa Don.
Class is back in session.
And this year, we're majoring in music. Producers announcing American Idol judges Luke Bryan, Lionel Richie, and Carrie Underwood will return to the show for season 9 on ABC and Hulu. The show's Idol Across America kicks off today, giving aspiring singers a chance to audition face-to-face with an Idol producer anywhere in the country, ahead of a possible chance before the judges. And an update on rapper Lil Nas X pleading not guilty in a Los Angeles courtroom to 4 felony counts, including battery with injury on a police officer and resisting arrest. Sources tell ABC News that police responded to a call about a man in the street wearing only his underwear. Officers say force was used during his arrest. Bail is set at $75,000. The judge requiring Lil Nas X to attend drug treatment programs. His next court appearance is on September 15th. Actor-comedian John Mulaney is 43 today, and former Home Alone child star Macaulay Culkin is 45. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Nothing like Macaulay Culkin turning 45 to make... that was good. That was cute. Yeah, no, that makes me feel old. But hey, my niece make me feel old too. And that might be the weather.
Yeah, we only get one. Our age only trends one direction.
I know, right? No, it's a blessing, yeah.
Yeah.
Old is gold. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, more people than ever are flying out of the Tri-Cities. Why 2025 could set a new record at the Pasco Airport. Plus, a dramatic rescue in Prosser, a deer trapped in a canal, and a deputy with some impressive roping skills. We'll show you how it all plays out in your next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon faces a class action lawsuit over its movie purchasing policy. The company is accused of misleading consumers with offers to buy movies on Prime Video. The complaint says you're actually licensing access to the movie, which could be lost if Amazon loses the rights to the film. No response yet from Amazon. New York City cabbies are not happy that Waymo is coming to town. A limited number of the driverless taxis have been given permission to hit the streets in parts of the Big Apple. Protesters in front of the governor's office chanted, "Way no to Waymo." And finally, a tiny new device to keep tabs on your dog or cat. The tech company Fi just rolled out its mini pet tracker that works with GPS and AI. It weighs less than half an ounce and clips to your pet's collar. It's $129 for the hardware and a year subscription. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
I'm a big rock. And while you're down there posing for pictures, I'm seeing the bigger picture from up here. And this little birdie's telling me it's time for this rock to roll. Photobomb! And if you don't have the right insurance, This could really flatten your savings.
Awesome.
So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Your kid's brain and the math twigs. Some allergy medications can make your kids drowsy, but Allegra is different. Well done.
Allegra is fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with 0% brain interference. It's a no-brainer.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Goldworth. It is Tuesday, August 26th. Where'd the month go? Where'd it go?
I have no idea. It just flew by. Summer kind of just flew by.
Yeah, it did.
It really did, and it's so sad, but I'm ready for Fallelujah also.
I am too.
And I'm ready for pumpkin spice lattes, and we'll have more on that later because they are coming back very, very soon.
Yes.
But, I mean, we're still seeing summer-like temperatures.
Oh,
and we will be for a while.
Make no mistake about it. It is still definitely summer out there, as we're going to be up around 100 degrees once again for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday went with a forecast high of 99. It didn't verify quite at 99, but 97, close enough. So the jackpot went up to 150 bucks. So for today, going with a forecast high of 99 once again. So if it verifies between 96 to 102, jackpot's going to hit 175 bucks. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, today is a first alert weather day for the potential of lightning fires in the Cascades and Blues. For tomorrow, that potential is going to be in the Cascades and lower elevations. Then for Thursday, back up to the Cascades. So a lot of active weather, a lot of active fire weather over the next handful of days. Here's some tips to take to heart over the next handful of days. Prepare your home, create that defensible space, have an evacuation plan, stay informed, especially with Apple Valley News Now, and pack a go bag, specifically if you're placed under a level 2 evacuation. This morning, we're just seeing some light showers on the map. It is not very impressive rainfall out there if it's making it down to the ground. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s and 70s in the mountains, 70s, well, 60s, 70s, and 80s for lower elevations. 63 in Yakima, 80 degrees this morning in Walla Walla. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Little chances of rainfall for this morning. The rest of the day should be dry, and it's going to be toasty out there as we'll be up around, again, 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities. And I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and I'll show you what the smoke is up to. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we begin this half hour of news in Pasco, where passenger counts at the Tri-Cities Airport continue to climb, and we're learning that 2025 could be a record-breaking year. The PSC Airport has already recorded more than 282,000 enplanements from the start of the year through July. That's 8% higher than the same time last year. An enplanement means someone boarded a flight here, so it does not count arrivals. Now, if the trend holds, more than 516,000 passengers will board flights in Pasco before the end of the year. And that would be the first time the airport passed 500,000 passengers in a single year. Now to environment news. As the Yakima Basin faces its third straight year of drought, one irrigation district is turning to a water bank to help growers and communities stretch their supplies. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert explains how this all works.
The Sela-Moxie Irrigation District manages about 10,000 irrigated acres in the Sela area and Moxie Valley. In 2021, the district launched a water bank with about 9,000 acre-feet of conserved water gained through things like converting farmland to urban use and switching from flood irrigation to drip. That conserved water is now leased out to other irrigation districts, growers, and even communities across the basin.
The original concept behind developing the water bank was to allow the district to implement its enhanced water conservation program. So the district has over 50 miles of open earthen canals that we would, and infrastructure that needs to be replaced. And so the water bank provides us a revenue source that we can then improve our canal system within the district.
According to Draper, demand for water from the bank has gone up sharply since it started, especially as drought conditions drag on.
So as we're in the third year of drought, we have more customers in 2025 than we did when the bank initially started operating in 2021. So yes, it has increased dramatically over the years as we see more and more consecutive years of drought.
Draper says many of those new customers are junior water rights holders who face heavy pro-rationing during dry years.
I would say that this year, just because the pro-rationing of the junior water rights is at 40%, obviously there's more water needs that are needed in this year than in years past. So an example would be a grower who last year leased 100 acre-feet of water is now looking at, say, 120 acre-feet in 2025.
Selah Moxie Irrigation District officials tell me that while they are a senior water rights holder, that even with drought conditions, water is not an abundant resource.
Because quite honestly, our water bank is a tool that's used to help, but it doesn't solve all of the problems within the Yakima Basin. There's other things that need to be done as well to ensure that there's adequate water supply for everybody. That includes water storage as well.
Officials say the water bank plays a key role in meeting demand, but they're hopeful conditions improve to ease the strain on local farms. In Moxie, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, William. Now, the district spent 6 years working with multiple agencies to launch the bank, and leaders say it's an important tool during drought, but more storage will be needed to secure the Yakima Basin's water future. All right, talking back to school now, the Mapton School District is facing a delay in starting the school year, and this is due to ongoing HVAC construction. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia has how the district is managing the situation and also how they're working to get schools back in session.
Elise Mongarelli, superintendent of the Mapton School District, explains that the delay isn't due to issues with the current HVAC system, but because of a modernization project funded by a grant to improve the high school's system.
So we started construction this last June after school was released, and so this is an ongoing construction project. And so what's happening right now is that the current HVAC system has been demolished, and so we're waiting on the new chillers to arrive, and so we have portable air conditioning units in the classrooms right now that are not being able to keep up with the external heat.
Mangarelli says because of the heat, the district is using built-in snow days typically reserved for winter to cancel classes this Monday and Tuesday.
To give the construction team enough time in order to vent the portable cooling system well enough and add additional insulation so that our building will stay at a comfortable temperature for staff and students.
She also shares a message for parents, students, and staff as the school year takes an unexpected turn.
This is not the way that we anticipated starting the school year, and we certainly know that it's an inconvenience for staff, students, and parents, and so of course, we're asking for patience, and just know that, we're working as hard as we can with our construction team to make sure that we correct these issues. And I just want to assure parents that we're going to make the right decisions for kids and not keep them in classrooms that are too hot or too cold because it's not good for their well-being.
Mangarelli adds that the district plan is to keep working on the portable air conditioning system and eventually transition to heating solutions. Until the chillers arrive, temporary measures are in place to maintain proper airflow and temperature for both students and staff. Reporting in Mapton, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. Now, the superintendent also notes the project is expected to be completed around December. Check this out now. Deputies in Prosser were called out yesterday for a deer in distress. So take a look at this video. The doe had fallen into a canal and was struggling to keep its head above water. Body camera video shows Deputy Forsberg working to pull the animal to safety. His camera slipped off during the rescue, but another deputy arrived and captured video moments after the deer made it out of the water. Officials say the doe was very tired, but otherwise okay. Deputies and firefighters backed away to give the deer some time to recover and gain back its strength. So cute. I love to see it. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got the latest winner of our Volunteers Count contest. We'll meet Joe Haberstock with the nonprofit ASQ, and it's all coming up right after the break.
Bruce Willis. That smile, that laugh. But now, gripped by a heartbreaking disease. Emma and Bruce Willis, The Unexpected Journey.
Were there days that it would be Bruce again?
The loving and powerful event special. Tonight on ABC.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free benefits fair and lunch at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, September 19th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Head out for an unforgettable adventure, or take a sporty sedan for a spin, all while driving with confidence. See what makes Honda the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.49% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
For the first time ever, Pasco RV and Boat Super Sale is coming to the Hippo Center. Make the most of what's left of camping and boating season. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, parts, accessories, and more. Every category, every price point, all on sale. 0 down and no payments for 90 days. On approved credit, one location. Massive savings at the Hippo Center in Pasco. Learn more at brettsrv.com.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Tired of struggling with impossible messes in your tub and shower? Some cleaning sprays can be ineffective. Switch to Mr. Clean Foaming Bath Magic Eraser. Simply add water to effortlessly cut through 100% of soap, scum, and grime. And use Mr. Clean Extra Durable throughout your home. In the kitchen for burnt on food and on walls to remove scuffs and marks. It even erases 3 times more permanent marker per swipe. Switch to Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Brand power helping you buy better.
It's Dancing with the Stars. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are thumping. A place to stay. Get your booty on the foot tonight. Make my day. Pump up the jam.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a first alert weather day for the potential of lightning fires up in the mountain ranges. But for lower elevations, it's going to be a mostly dry day, although you might have to break out the raincoat in the Tri-Cities as there are very low-end chances of very light showers for this morning. But after that, it's going to be all t-shirt weather. Should be pretty dry. High temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this part of August. So with that in mind, here's your zone-by-zone forecast for today. In Kittitas County, you're going to be in the mid-80s for the pass, around 95 for Ellensburg, closer to 100 in Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, mid to upper 90s. In the lower Columbia Basin, also right around 100 degrees. A little bit breezy, especially up towards Connell in the Hanford site. Then for the foothills, going to be in the low to mid 90s, at least for the Morrow County foothills, just mid 90s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and then 70s and 80s for the highest terrain of the Blues. This is also where we'll see the potential for lightning and thus lightning fires. Okay, we've talked about fires. Now let's talk about smoke. It's going to be a little bit hazy up in the sky for today, so we'll put this into motion with Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke. And this is due to a combination of fires burning in Idaho and Oregon. So we're kind of nestled in between those two, so the smoke plumes combining and just going to stay situated over our area over the next couple of days. Now, thus far this morning, not seeing any significant reductions to air quality. We'll continue to keep close tabs on it, but this hazy situation, again, going to stay put for the next couple of days at least. And circling back to the fire situation, many chances for lightning over the next handful of days, many first alert weather days. I'll dive into the specifics of that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, making a difference this morning, it's now time to introduce to you our new winner for our Volunteers Count contest. Jo Haberstock is a volunteer with the Columbia Basin's American Society for Quality. She was nominated by Robert Boykin, and I got to surprise her with some money. So take a look at this.
Well, surprise, Joe. This is all actually for you. You come right over here.
Okay, I'm surprised.
Good. Yeah, you're like, what's happening?
Tickets to the fair.
No, even better.
Okay.
You're winning $1,000 for all your hard work. You're our Volunteers Count winner.
Jo Haberstock spends her time volunteering with the Columbia Basin chapter for the American Society for Quality. Also known as ASQ, it's a global nonprofit organization that helps people and businesses improve their skills and knowledge when it comes to quality management.
We've met up with people from all over the world, Africa, Europe, Asia, of course the United States, Canada, Mexico. And the organization is to promote quality, communication, leadership, all the things that go with quality. And that covers pretty much everything, quality in what you do. Promote quality in our communities, in our workplaces, in our personal lives.
ASQ works with many different agencies in our area, industries like manufacturing, healthcare, education, just to name a few.
Well, I do a lot with our newsletter. We pride ourselves on our newsletter. It's a pretty high quality. I research, I go out and I look for other meetings or other organizations, not necessarily all ASQ stuff, but things that look like they would be of interest to our folks and our members and the other people who we share our newsletter with.
It's a great volunteer opportunity for anyone who wants to volunteer but can't commit time in person, as it is mostly virtual, although their goal is to have more in-person meetings in the future. As far as other goals for the future,
of course, I just want people to be quality-minded in all that they do, but I would really like to see more people look up our organization, join, take advantage of the opportunities, the resources that ASQ offers. I can't imagine not volunteering.
And if you would like to nominate someone for our Volunteers Count contest, just visit our website that's up on applevalley.newsnow.com. All right, keep it here because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh will be back with your full First Alert weather forecast. That is all coming up right after the break.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
That grimy film on your teeth.
Dr. G?
It's actually the buildup of plaque bacteria, which can cause cavities.
Most toothpaste quit working in minutes, but Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects all day.
They stop cavities before they start.
Crest.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
It's the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Before we get into the lightning fire potential, just know it is going to be a toasty day out there, around 100 in the Tri-Cities, about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Vegetation dryness going to be significant up in the Cascades. And so that bears a lot of relevance when it comes to the potential for lightning fires. We'll go ahead and put this into motion with Futurecast radar. You can see by lunchtime just a few light showers on the map, but it's going to be around the hottest part of the day. This is when Futurecast picking up on the potential for some thunderstorms in the Cascades. Not as keen on that idea in the Blues, but just know that potential will exist. And then as we head into the evening, looks like shower chance is actually going to increase a little bit. It's definitely not going to be a washout. Most of this rainfall should end up being light, but because of the chance for lightning over that dry vegetation, that's why we're going with the first alert weather day for today. Now let's talk about tomorrow, a little bit cooler. 80s and 90s for lower elevations, more on par with what you would expect for this time of the year. But vegetation dryness still significant in the Cascades and critically dry for lower elevations. And as we put this into motion with Futurecast once again, you can see really all throughout the day we'll have this swirling of showers and thunderstorms throughout the entirety of the region. And so it's going to be that combination once again of lightning over very dry fuels that could lead to the possibility of some lightning fires in the Cascades and for lower elevations. Why we're going with the first alert weather day for Wednesday. Then for Thursday, still temperatures in that same range, 80s and 90s for lower elevations. At this point, vegetation dryness going down a little bit, but still critically dry in the Cascades, specifically in the upper Yakima Basin. About 20% chances of showers and thunderstorms up that way. So once again, that combination of the potential of lightning over critically dry vegetation. That's why we're going with the first alert weather day. It does look like we have another chance, another round of some showers and thunderstorms in Saturday and Sunday. It's not going to be a washout this weekend, and high temperatures going down overall, but still a little bit above average for this part of the year. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A little shower chance for today, and then also a little shower chance as we head into Saturday. In Yakima, chances for thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday, but only a first alert weather day on Wednesday, as the chances for lightning fire is going to be higher by then. It's going to be the exact same cycle in the Kittitas Valley, and another potential for some showers and thunderstorms for this weekend. In Hermiston, 10 to 20% chances of rainfall Tuesday and Wednesday. Maybe we run that back on Saturday. And then for Walla Walla, also a first alert weather day on Wednesday for the chance of some fires sparked up by lightning. And then we'll have another chance at some rainfall for this weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we start with the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, a Kittitas County man is behind bars after allegedly spraying lighter fluid on a detective attempting to set him on fire. This happened Sunday night. Deputies say the detective confronted the suspect during a routine patrol on State Route 821. The suspect ran away, prompting a pursuit that ended south of Ellensburg with the help of a spike strip. He now faces charges of attempted murder and fleeing from law enforcement. In a deadly crash Sunday at the intersection of US 395 and Crestlock Road claimed the life of 76-year-old Mark Wallum of Vancouver, Washington. This marks the third fatal crash at that intersection in less than 2 years, making it the deadliest stretch on this part of the highway. Troopers are urging drivers to slow down and exercise caution while officials consider what they can do to make this area safer. And passenger counts are soaring at Tri-Cities Airport in Pasco. Through July, more than 200,000 people have boarded flights, and that's an 8% increase from last year. If the trend continues, the airport could surpass the 500,000 mark for the first time in its history. And a mother welcomed her baby in an unexpected setting inside an ambulance right here in Kennewick. So firefighters from Station 2 were called to assist the laboring mom, but they couldn't make it to the hospital in time. The baby was safely delivered, and both mom and child are reportedly doing well. Fire crews say it's a rare but very memorable experience. Finally, the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is back this week. It starts tomorrow and will go through the 31st. Highlights include a foreigner concert with the Wahai Chamber Singers, theme nights like Rodeo Legends and also Patriots Night. And there's also a demolition derby, the PRCA Rodeo, and of course a parade. Tickets are available online, by phone, or even at the fairgrounds. In your national headlines this morning, we're learning the Coast Guard unloaded a record haul of illegal drugs in Florida yesterday, about $473 million worth of it. The drugs included more than 61,000 pounds of cocaine and 14,000 pounds of marijuana. According to the Coast Guard, that cocaine could supply fatal overdoses to 23 million people. The drugs came from 19 different interceptions in the eastern Pacific Ocean and Caribbean Sea between June 26th and August 18th. In your business headlines, 2 Korean companies have announced major investments in the U.S. Korean Air says it plans to buy 103 airplanes from Boeing. It's also purchasing engines and a maintenance program from GE Aerospace and CFM International. The total price tag is $50 billion. Hyundai Motor Group says it's increasing its investment in the U.S. from $21 billion to $26 billion. Now to your health headlines. A new study shows the Mediterranean diet, along with lifestyle changes, can prevent the onset of type 2 diabetes among older people who are overweight. Researchers conducted the study, which followed nearly 7,000 people ages 55 to 75, and they found people could prevent type 2 diabetes by switching to a low-calorie Mediterranean diet, and along with exercise and weight loss support. Talking sports, Venus Williams lost in the first round of the U.S. Open yesterday in New York. Karolina Muchova beat 45-year-old Williams in 3 straight sets. This was Williams' 25th appearance in the U.S. Open and her first one since 2023. Taking a look at what's trending now. So bearskin isn't nearly as limiting as you may think. Apparently, there are multiple ways to rock a bald head.
And that was very obvious in Chicago on Sunday at the first ever Bald Off competition.
Okay, so dozens of contestants showed up to try to win the Baddest Baldy Award. Okay, that's quite the name. I love it. And a hairless cat even made an appearance.
I saw someone there with a bald cap. I think that's cheating.
We could have went and did that. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the hairless cat.
Oh. But in the end, it was a man dressed as that ultra helpful tough guy, Mr. Clean, who took home the prize.
Oh my goodness, that is just hilarious. Oh, I'm glad. You know, it's body positivity. It's, you know, it's something positive. I love to see it.
Yeah, but I will say, I hope I never get the privilege to compete.
I agree.
I want to hold on to this.
I'm going to try to hold on to this too.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a Tri-Cities hospice house is getting a major upgrade. We have how the community can leave their mark during renovations. Also, it is National Dog Day, and we're celebrating with the furry friends of Good Morning Northwest. We'll meet them in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking? Sunrise is almost here.
Yeah, sunrise is almost here. It is partly to mostly cloudy out there, a little bit of haze, and of course the chance for lightning fires over the next few days. I'll touch on the specifics of that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.